So I want to start by saying this is not a testimonial. It's not a business plug. It's not a feel-good self-help video. It's a real story. It's about growth. It's about transformation. It's about second chances. It's a second chance for me, and it's a second chance for someone else. A while back, I got a cold call from someone. His name is Doug Wick. I didn't know it at the time, but that one call would completely shift the direction of my life. Doug wasn't trying to sell me anything. He was asking questions, he was listening, and he was offering a different way to look at things, especially around mindset, thought patterns, and personal change. He introduced me to the work Dr. Joe Dispenza was doing in his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. I tried to read it, but honestly, I gave up. I gave up because it was too much. It was too complex. It was over my head. I'm a C- guy. I couldn't grasp it. But then something happened. Just a few months after that first call, Doug was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. I didn't know what that was, but he told me he was given a 2% chance to live. And in the middle of all that, while fighting for his life, Doug told me something honestly. I thought, it just shocked me, and I thought he was crazy, but he said, Wade, I believe I created this cancer. At the time, I thought, Doug, there's no way anyone would choose something like that. But what I didn't understand then, and what I fully grasp now, is that Doug wasn't blaming himself. He was taking radical responsibility for his life, for his thoughts, his emotions, his energy, and instead of falling in deep despair, he dove headfirst into the very teachings he now coaches others on. From his hospital bed, he was hooked up to machines, battling for his life, but he embodied every single principle of Dispenza's work. And then he survived. Against all odds, Doug went from 84% of his bone marrow being cancerous to his cancer going into complete remission. That was my wake-up call. If Doug could apply this work in the darkest moment of his life and come out on the other side alive and transformed, then what's my excuse? Hearing that, what's your excuse? So I picked up the book again, slowly, one page at a time, and then at one instant, it landed. It changed how I relate to my negative thoughts, the ones I used to obsess over and believe without question. It changed my perspective on old, deep-seated beliefs I never thought I could let go of. And most of all, if you don't get anything I say, hear this. It brought me peace. Peace of mind. Something I didn't even know I was missing until I felt it. If you're hearing this and you're skeptical, I get it. I was too. If you're stuck in old patterns or feel like that's just the way things are, I've been there. But I'm telling you, there's another way. Doug's not a typical coach. He's someone who's lived this, someone who's faced death, chose life, and is now helping others create the same kind of transformation, not through hype, not through anything else, but real, grounded inner work. This isn't as much about being intellectual or spiritual all the time as it is becoming conscious, aware, deliberate. And I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to invite you to a conversation. Talk to Doug. Ask questions. Be curious. Because even if you're a little open, I promise that conversation might be the beginning of something you never imagined possible. Maybe life-changing.